Best game. Everybody's gone to the rapture. Fallout 4. Life is Strange. Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain. Rocket League. The Witcher 3: Wild Hunt.
And the BAFTA for Best Game goes to... Fallout 4.
Well, gosh, this can sound a little bit cliched and perhaps lacking a little bit of credibility, but actually genuinely was not expecting this. Seriously, I think this year the nominees have been such huge quality this year, more so I think than a few years, that I'm genuinely kind of humbled to receive this on behalf of Todd Howard and Bethesda Game Studios. And this is the first time Bethesda Game Studios have actually won the BAFTA for Best Game. We won, Bethesda Softworks won it for Dishonored about 4 years ago, but Todd Howard will be really, really chuffed about this. So thanks for everyone for voting, and also thank you to all the fans out there as well who are watching. It's a game, I guess, and it's a franchise that has a huge, hardcore following. You know, passionate people that put 200-300 hours into this game. Huge fans there. We've got a massive community, and yet also we've managed to kind of transcend that into more of a mass market, being one of the top-selling games of last year. So that's really a fantastic achievement on behalf of the studio. But also another note, actually, looking at all the winners tonight, and I look at some of the fantastic games in development, some of the indie games particularly, and looking at what we have as a so-called AAA publisher with AAA development budgets, what I've seen tonight in some of these games with relatively low budgets is truly humbling. It really is. And just have to remember, if anyone looks back at the Fallout franchise to the first couple of games there, and the small development budgets that they had in those days, and what's been achieved now, then anything really is possible. So encourage everyone just to carry on making great games. So that's what it's all about. You don't have to have the multi-million dollar budgets to make great games. I've seen a huge amount of evidence about that tonight. So thank you for all of that. That's great. And again, thank you to all the fans. It's fantastic to receive this. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.
Fallout 4, best game, big category. I was actually there when you guys announced it in LA. I mean, it was only a couple of months before it was actually coming out. That was a big risk and a big surprise. Did you feel like it was taking a risk at the time?
Yeah, it was a big secret.
Yeah.
Kind of big secret. I mean, it was really. I mean, a lot of people knew the game was in development, or kind of guessed that it was, but no one actually knew the real date, and it came as a big shock, I think, certainly to our community, to our fans, and to everyone out there. Suddenly, yes, the game's announced, and then, hey, guess what? It's coming out before Christmas.
Was brilliant, because normally you have like a couple of years to get used to the idea that this game's coming, and then it was like, what?
But it was high risk for sure, because we had a very short window in terms of kind of marketing the game. To it's obviously in terms of the sheer kind of volume of sales of the game and the expectations of it, that it was a risk, but it was a calculated risk, and it paid off.
Absolutely.
And it was down to really, it was kind of Todd Howard, the head of Bethesda Game Studios, whose vision and behind the whole thing, including the release strategy, which I think worked in the end for sure.
Definitely. I mean, I remember being on the tube and seeing all the posters, and it felt like an event game, and not all games do that. Is it difficult to sort of manage the expectation of having a huge title, but then also making the game individual, special, feel like it's a proper gamer's game?
It is, yeah, and it's really interesting because the game is there for the fans, for the hardcore fans, and that's the community we really want to please. But then trying to transcend into the kind of the mass market is very, very difficult to do that for sure. And it's been a top 3 selling game in most countries in the world, which is incredible, really, given the fact the previous game came out back in 2007.
7,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it was. So it was a long time ago, but the hardcore fans kept it all alive out there for us, and then it really just a question of getting the message out as wide as we could.
Thank you. It's quite an honor to be here, especially among all of the other Daresby digital teams, which made fantastic games over the last summer. So first of all, I'd like to give a few thank yous. There's been a few team members who were not able to join us tonight. Stephen Lee, Jade Kim, and Kenny Regan.